if this crash is causing you to lose faith in Bitcoin going to be over six figures at some point, or money flowing into the space is going to dry up, you're going to see less people try to get jobs in this space, crypto in general. I mean, across blockchain, across development, anything. If that's shaken, then I would use the rallies to lighten up and or sell positions. Because the worst thing, and I've done this and I'm speaking from experience, and I know Frank can touch on this too. One of the worst things is, and I feel bad for John here because I know what he's saying. Hey, Frank, when you buy something and it's a huge winner and then it gets to be less of a winner or heaven forbid a loss, that's just tough to manage. It's like buying a great stock, getting out for a gain, getting back in. Even though the stock may sell off, it's very difficult to go back and revisit that with a clear conscience. At least I'm admitting that is.
Most people, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You brought up Devin. I've been arguing, not arguing. Frank hasn't been disagreeing with me. I've been upset with us because I haven't been saying that anymore. Mm-hmm. I say all that because that's how I would do it. But you have to, like, there's no way to me, even though Riot, I don't know their break even with Bitcoin right off the top of my head with mining. But if Bitcoin makes a rally to an all new time high above 70,000 or 100,000, I personally don't see how all the crypto related, the minings, the micro strategies, anybody with any exposure, Tesla, because they hold it on Bitcoin on their balance sheet, all those, if you don't think that euphoria is going to catch up and go off again, I disagree with that. I don't know when that's going to happen, but if you don't feel like that's in place again or that's in the cards, then, like I said, use your rallies to lighten up positions. That's as close as we can give personal advice. But again, know your thesis, know why you own it, and then, just see if management is following through. I know I'm not trying to sound like it's easy. I'm just simply saying you want to keep it simple and try to write those down and follow those.
Yeah, I mean, so just to let you guys know, bring in here. So Bitcoin, this is normal. This is normal for most growth industries, right? And innovative industries, these ups and downs. Actually, you can look back at technology, 2000, you can look at, and even with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin in 2018 fell 85%, Daniel, 85% from 19K to 3,000. Before rocketing to 65,000. It was 2,000% in 24 months? So less than 2 years. So you're going to see these massive up and downs. I love the fact that you're going to see a washout because there's so much shit. There is a lot of shit in this industry that needs to be washed out, and these kids and these tokens have no ties. They don't report anything. I think you're going to see a lot of these deemed securities, which is great, but the innovation is taking place here, and it's unbelievable. It's impacting all the industries. If you look at the deal flow went from basically a little over $1 billion, like $55 billion last year. And now already it's exceeded that in this freaking market. So, and it's not just coming from crypto funds or venture funds. It's coming from corporations. It's coming from across the board, like just all across different industries. If you see the breakdown, and I read this today, but you're seeing a breakdown where it's all these industries, because it's impacting all these industries. They have no choice but to invest and to hire people, hire more developers that are in the blockchain. Seth also says, as many folks right now have some staggering losses in my non-tax advantage and crypto accounts, would now be a good time to sell off the losers long enough to avoid the wash sale. P.S. I know if I do, the market is sure to bounce back big in the meantime. I hear you, which is similar to that. But, if you want to take loss for tax purposes, that makes sense. They're down a lot. And I mean, I paid my biggest tax bill I've ever paid last year, which kind of sucks because you paid in April when everything really was crashing, right? And that's what really hurt. And what are you doing? Not for me, but I could see a lot of people selling a lot of their positions to pay that tax bill, because outside November, December, the market did fantastic last year. It really just crashed the last couple of months. That's good advice. If hey, you want to sell, and again, to avoid wash sell rule on 30 days before you buy it back or whatever. But that's a way to lock in losses against potential gains that you may have. That's fine. But in crypto, these ups and downs are normal. I know it's tough to say, especially when we're sitting a lot of losers in our portfolio as well that are down. But these are same scenarios where if you look at the top 6 or 7 of our crypto holdings, some of those are up 40x, 30x. They're still up 10x. Those names are down 40, 50% in 2018. And, for us, we were adding a little bit on the way down, taking small positions, because if we had stops in this industry, when you have tight stops, you're going to get stopped out immediately. And none of those gains that we have, which are monstrous gains, in some of the early positions, would have never happened. So on a flip side, you're going to have to be willing to take bigger losses, which means this is speculative money. You have to understand this is money you could afford to lose, that you're saying, okay, I want the shot at making it 25x plus. all right, 10x plus, and I'm willing to lose. So you don't have that case with some of our small cap newsletters. I've, fortunately never had a stock go down to zero or lose all our money. We stop out of names and we have stops around 35%. Sometimes I'll extend to 50% if I think the upside potential is that much. But, there's a limited amount there. But this, you have to be careful here because, there is money, it is speculative, that the gains are incredible. And, there's massive ups and downs in this industry. There's a lot of great things. But I could tell you now people get into crypto are going to be extremely, extremely well rewarded. I know it's difficult. Nobody really invests at the bottom. Nobody likes that when you see a major sell-off and people, look, Bitcoin's down, 55%. Most of these names are down 85%. A lot of these names, a lot of good names, a lot of really good names. Like if you look at a top 15, those names are down. Those are good names backed by great management teams, backed by big venture funds, amazing technologies, amazing blockchains. Just great ideas. When you see a lot of the good names sell off, this is a great opportunity. But yeah, these are the questions we're asking. These are questions that we're addressing too, and we're down on some of the crypto holdings. So, I appreciate that. But
and Bitcoin's down 50%. Not from its lows though. I mean, it's rallied from what mid to low 20s up to basically 30 in just a couple days. So, and not to pile on, but just to not ignore the question I took was, what do you need to see? You just need ultimate pain. You need people that are going to throw in the towel. You're going to find out who is well capitalized, who's going to have to sell off a big portion of their company. Think of the show Shark Tank. I mean, if you're in dire need for cash right now, you're going to have to give up a lot of percentage of equity for less money than you would have wanted during good times. What doesn't, I hate to pull this cliche so early, Frank, but what doesn't kill you make you stronger? Again, we've seen this through other bear markets. It's not a guarantee that everything's going to reverse and go up, but unless you think the industry is literally going away and money will stop flowing into the space, it's going to take time for that spill to make its way through the ecosystem. But I think Galaxy Digital is going to be there afterwards. I think a lot of other companies are going to be there. Obviously, the big dogs like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, Tom Petty, waiting is the hardest part. But unless you think a fundamental thing has changed, then it's just another bear market, unfortunately.
Yeah, and guys, I don't want to make it sound like, hey, we're guessing this is going to happen. I mean, there's a lot of data behind this. I mean, what I want to see is right now with the market crashing, where is the metaverse, which is our deal. By the way, we're getting a lot of emails. If CurzioEquityOffer.com, if you want to learn more, you can go there. You can see our presentation, our video, and everything. But I'm bringing that up not as talking about our company, but Anderson Horowitz just last week raised $4.5 billion immediately for its new crypto fund. So you're seeing more and more money being put into the system where people want to invest in this. You're seeing trillions of retirement capital coming in, right? Which I just mentioned with Fidelity, BlackRock, Vanguard, allowing us percentage getting into alternative assets. Now that includes Bitcoin and cryptos. So the money that's flowing into here, it's the clients that want it. That's why they're doing it. I mean, Jamie Dimon said it best. I mean, it's the clients that want it. And you want proof of that. Anderson Horowitz raising $4.5 billion with their eyes closed. They could do that regardless, but to do it in this kind of market, not just in crypto where the market's selling off, and do it that fast and putting this into, Web 3 companies and early stage companies, again, metaverse, DeFi, NFT, security tokens, things like that, which is, again, it's blockchain impacting every single industry across the board, validating, providing, proof without having a middleman having to do that with you and charge you massive fees. I mean, this is a game changer. This is a game changer with everything. So I would invest so much in the metaverse, but this isn't like, oh, just hold on. This is the data that I'm seeing. Okay. If I didn't see the money coming in, I'd be like, okay, hold on. You're seeing money flow into this. They're going to be flowing into the best deals with our network, especially now that we announced this deal. We have an incredible network of people just reaching out to us, which is awesome. But it's going to allow us just to access more great names, less of the bullshit. And, for crypto intelligence investors, you have a lot to look forward for. Not just this deal, and I know it's for credit investors only, but it's the new recommendations that are coming out are recommendations that you're not going to find anyplace else. The early stages before they're trading on major exchanges, that's when you want to buy them. And the upside is absolutely tremendous. We're talking 25, 50x. I mean, these are the companies, that's the potential if they get it right. If they get it wrong, you're going to lose your money. But that's what you want to see in crypto. And just, right now, people coming in, especially crypto intelligence, I think you're going to be very, very, very happy over the next few years because this is the future. This is the future. Everybody knows it. Everyone on Wall Street knows it. Finance knows it. They're raising capital. You've seen Anderson Horowitz, the biggest venture capitalist firm in the world. This is where they're going. Everybody's going here. All the big names are starting to push into here. And you need to be in it because this is where the gains are going to come. This is 1993, 94 of the internet boom, going to 1999 into 2000. That's just, my opinion.